I actually could see if that was the grand plot twist of the sequel, James, is that it's all like, all I wanted was the calculus to go away.
Oh, I just
Whoa.
realized something. This is
Have
something
we ever done this?
Yeah, this is something we could have done as early as a 2-up. Every once in a while, you'll come across these little spirity icon meteor thingies, and when you approach one, you literally call upon the power of the gods.
Of the bunyip.
Oh, dang!
Here, face the camera so he doesn't face the camera so we can see what this is. It's like we're some grand, like, angry bunyip.
I see.
Come on.
And we have many attacks, like a roar too, I think. That just screen nukes everything.
It
That's
killed that
even
spider.
even that spider is like, oh. Fuck.
You know what? You know what? It's basically slight dating. At the time of us recording this, Microsoft did their showcase. That roar attack is basically just like that woman from State of Decay, where all she had to do was scream and the wolf would just run away.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. By the way,
There you
I figured out what the big lizards are based off of. They're called blue-tongued skinks.
Oh yeah.
Blue
that
tongue
sounds about
skinks,
right.
okay.
Also, I'm
Despite
sorry,
the
James. I
fact that
actually
they
was
are not blue in real life, and the only thing that is blue about them is their
the tongue. Right. Also, I was gonna say, James, I actually was very impressed with how we managed to get that little like. Man, I'm gushing over random stuff. But I actually thought that was funny how we were able to get that framing of the spider just like as the roar happened.
Oh yeah, by the way, it only works once when you're in the level.
Yeah,
That's okay.
It's that to me. I'm not just. This is not to say the game is lazy or rushed because it doesn't feel like they did a really solid job with this.
I would say at most there is a slight lack of content, but at the same time, it's one of those games that, I mean, it gets enough done for what it is.
But like right there with the bunyip power thing that only happens like a couple times, like that feels like it was part of some project that was never able to be fully realized. So they just kind of slapped it in wherever.
Oh yeah, no, that's especially going to be obvious once we reach the final level of the game, which in and of itself may as well be its own world.
Right. Careful. Oh,
But that won't be until after we're done with this world here.
I haven't seen. Man's lucky. I don't get to see snow. Hype too. I don't get to see snow.
Yeah,
Me
like
neither.
I think we only have one snow day a year.
We haven't had a snow day in literally 25.
Jeez. Hey, Maury.
I could
What
do without
now?
the snow, honestly.
Dang it, Booney!
Well, that was nice. Of him.
I just don't like snow in general.
Fair.
Yeah, no, same.
I love Maury's tone. So it is. Don't care. Go help him.
I'm sorry, Ty, but I believe you have me confused with someone that actually cares.
Damn, Maury.
He's not that heartless, to be
Oh,
fair.
jeez.
Anyway, I know somewhere around here is where we'll find Booty. Yeah, just, again, they always call back to that little tyke in particular, out of the lot.
Because it's a funny name. It's like the animated song. Because we like the way it sounds.
Dun dun dun.
There we go.
Careful.
Anyway, where is little Booney?
I'm
There's
looking
a picnic
around.
basket.
I'll take that. I wish they had. I wish they just. As far and again, same with the magnet. Also makes me feel like they had in mind. Actually, yeah. Crap. Now I think about it, James, between the bunyip power and this, it almost makes me feel like at one point they originally had plans for Tide to be an action platformer rather than an adventure like collectathon.
I mean,
Well, isn't
it's still, it still is at the end of the day.
And they were thinking to themselves like, we've done it. We've created the world's first. I'll look into the power. I just imagine like the boardroom meeting of like, we've done it. We've created the world's first linear hallway action platformer based on an animal in Australia, and someone had to be like, sir, about that.
Well, shit.
Actually, what I imagine is like we did that. It's like we created the
What?
first hallway platform starring an animal from Australia, and just
Something
Nice.
about the timing of that, like, fear me, and like, nah.
No.
But anyway,
Alright.
just going back to
Now fear me!
just going back to Logan's joke, I had the
I guess you
idea
have
of
to be
like
close
it
enough.
has that. Yeah, I think. Oh boy. Anyway, just going back to Logan's joke, it has that same setup. It's like the very first hallway platform starring an animal from Australia, and just out of the corner of the screen, you just hear.
Oh wait, a thunder egg.
Oh, hey, Gert, I'm just chilling out.
Thunder egg.
Maybe they call them
Nice.
lightning thunder eggs or something weird like that.
I think so.
Oh, don't they call them like zappy or like zappy thunder eggs? Like
The
there's,
zap-
like
the zappy ring.
By the way, I
Was that
actually
you
got
right?
to collect thunder eggs down there, and they were so much
Really?
fun. Yeah.
So aren't they like? So they're basically like geodes, right?
Yeah,
like
they're
geostones or
geodes. Yeah,
something.
the thunder eggs
Okay.
is literally just another name for geode.
Okay.
Huh. Okay. Now then, I do recall seeing little Booney just right around here.
Yeah, with the arrows
Yeah.
and
Boonay! Boonay!
bone.
My name's Todd.
I know, but Boonay's on the other
There's
side.
Booney.
There's Booty. Hey, Booty, we missed you. Hey!
What the?
Whoa, what the? Why did
Hey,
we...
Skip.
Booty. Okay, get the frosty rings. We're tailing them down. That's the other big reason. Oh, maybe we can zoom in on him. Aha!
I don't think it worked. He's not frozen.
Just keep throwing at him.
Oh, get back here.
Just keep throwing at
Wow,
him.
that
Let me see
little
what happens.
bugger is really
It's not
going
gonna
at
affect
it.
him. You literally have to tail him. Or something.
Yeah, why is-
Or quarter him or
What's
something.
Why is
the
he
matter
nuts?
with him?
I was about to say, why is he running away from us again?
He's scared.
I think either that or my theory is that the Thunder Egg is like coughing. Is like, I can't stop. My precious. Okay, he's on a track record though. And,
Go.
whoa! Are you serious, dude?
Wow, he's that afraid of us.
But I do believe the Frosty Ring trick does work on any turkeys if we ever were to try and like hunt any more down.
I think that's what they expect you to use when tailing with the turkeys, but thankfully we've dealt with all of them.
Thank goodness.
Now we just gotta fight. There you are, Boonay.
Hey, come on, get back here!
What did I ever do to you?
All right,
Get
screw
back
it.
here.
Are you still mad at
Get
me
back.
for making? Are you still mad at me for literally rescuing you and having you just so that your mother can make you do your
Now
homework?
get
I
back.
never wa- I
Get
don't
back
want-
here.
Come on. Okay, that's it. Screw this. Get the flame rings.
Get back here, or else I'll give you a quick spank on the Boonay.
I forgot to connect to this kid's life. Get him.
After this, we're gonna be the one that causes cause this entire
no.
place to go into the smoke.
I tried a
no.
multi-rank.
Can we bite him if we get too close? Or yeah, multi-ring.
No, I don't think you literally have to touch him.
Damn.
'Cause, yeah, I remember this part being a little on the obnoxious
They
side.
do a lot of these chases now. I think about it.
Yeah, and it's literally not
It's
my
very
favorite.
annoying.
Gotcha.
You know what? Just there you are.
Nice, Booney. What do you have to say for yourself?
Hey, Lego! You listen here, Booney. What you did today was very
Give him a lip smacking.
Get a right rip snorter right here.
I'm sorry.
What?
So you should be.
Now listen here, you little snot-nosed koala.
Sorry, I love your little
Right, right.
there, Logan's just...
I found what?
You found
I
what?
thought- So you really were just being a dick.
Kids these days, computers, internet, mobile phones, it drives you mad.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
The thought just kind of ends.
Oh, that bird would hate being like 16 years down the line.
I love the idea of him just listening out from tablet devices, battle royales, mobile in-app purchases, and all that.
It's like that one librarian guy from the Neverending Story books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, it's gonna get a lot. People aren't even gonna read instruction manuals. People are gonna just start making
okay.
instruction manuals be digital
Can I just say,
and narrated.
I love that the original movie was kind of dark in some places. The book was
No,
even
absolutely, it was
darker.
great. No, it's fantastic. I finally saw
Yeah.
it with Celie the other day.
Well, I think he means like comparison
No,
to the book.
The book. What I was trying to say is the movie is dark. The book is even darker. God, yeah, those things are fucking terrifying.
Oh, did I get him? Oh, I didn't get him.
God.
Now I got him.
Eat
Like
your
a rumble
heart
in the
out,
book.
Rayman 2!
Like the book, like
Like,
he's
fuck
right.
this
Like the book
stickers.
definitely has like a lot more dementedness to it, to the point where like the kid actually at one point becomes a dictator.
Yeah, no.
Excuse me?
Oh.
So the kid is dragged into the story and basically becomes an evil warmonger.
Because he's the master of the story or
Yeah.
whatever. And even the dogs are like, what?
Yeah, I think we either have guests over or one of my folks are riling them up for kicks.
Oh, hey, Ranger Kid.
Hey, Ranger Kid. How's it going?
I feel bad for what they did to this poor guy in Tai 2.
I know.
What'd they do?
Also, I know he says copper, but I think I've already made this joke, but it always sounds like he says copper, like, how's it going, copper? Finding me crooks.
Actually, I forget. What do you want me to
Wait,
do?
wait, crap. Yeah, I forgot. I was doing this completely off screen. What is the game of, Wombat Rematch, Cable Car.
Papers.
Flat Kill.
cable cars.
Oh, right, that.
Okay.
Sorry,
Maybe another time.
I forgot that since it's live, I also can't play. I gotta be sure to listen to. We know what the heck's going on.
But yeah, it looks like we have no other. Out of my face.
Okay, every time I see
was-
that guy go by, all I can think of are the egg thief enemies from Spyro.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That yeah.
Aww. He also reminds me, just because I'm so sorry, just because it's like a furry design on a snowboard, it also reminds me of that one sequence from Hoodwinked.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, I like the animals on the snickerdoodles.
Tight.
Can I just
It's
say?
snickety-doo.
It's there, snickety-doo. It's like, what?
Can I just say, if it wasn't for the animation of that movie would be a classic.
No, I still think it is. I think it holds
Yeah, I think
up.
it is. I mean, you have to keep in mind, like, not only is it an indie excuse me, not only is it an indie studio, but they actually did mention that, like, they kind of knew going into it that their animation wouldn't be good, so they kind of, like, played onto it and pretty much modeled the animation off of, like, the old stop-motion animation from, like, Rudolph and whatnot.
I almost feel like there's something like... how to put this? Yeah, okay, you know, I found the perfect way to put this. I feel like it is aged better visually than like, say... Oh, crap, I know I was gonna say... Okay. You know how it's like the Uncanny Valley, like, I think Hoodwinked has aged better than a movie that has tried to... than a movie that tried to make it...
Tried to...
That's all the reviewer could say before the critics got him. But no,
yeah, you were saying?
I feel like that. I feel like that movie. I feel like that.
died while he wrote it.
Yeah, it's the. I feel like that movie is aged better than some movies where they try to do like a perfect photorealistic live action.
Like Northern Express?
Yeah.
Yeah, Polar Express I feel like is still pretty good for the time. It didn't look weird.
Honestly, not all of those movies I think are bad. I think, especially when like there's some charm to. I don't know.
I remember that now.
What?
Hype, you were telling me the other day with that freaking Billy and Mandy quote, the whole, I don't understand the complexities of this movie.
Masterpiece? This movie is stupid. You're
stupid.
I love, if you listen to it, I love how his voice cracks when he says it. Oh, why you got to be a mean and say that, Billy? Anyway,
Why you gotta be like that?
I now know what movie that is to me. It's not even Hoodwinked. I genuinely, I think, feel that way about TinTin, because TinTin, the movie, gets a bad rap.
TinTin is great. I will say though.
But people.
Hold on. Here's the thing. I will say though, the Dominic Noble, he actually did a review of the movie based off of books and all that, and show how it's like combining 3 books.
Yes.
But there was one thing in the movie that was a plot hole that I was like, you know, they had a perfect out for that plot hole, but they didn't. But for some reason, the writers weren't smart enough to throw it in. That's where, you know how the FBI agent is trying to get the ship?
Yes.
Don points out, why doesn't the FBI agent just draw out his badge? And just show him his
just
badge
tell
and
people,
just go
hey,
like,
I need it.
Yeah, I need this. It is for a mission. Or just like quickly flash his badge. And TinTin would understand. However,
Correct.
However, they could have had a perfect out to that. Do you want to know how?
What is that?
They're investigating a pickpocket at the beginning of the movie. And
he pickpockets the badge.
He could have like tried to show the badge, but he couldn't because the pickpocket got there.
And then that could have led to its own conflict, because then they would have led TinTin with no other option than to think that maybe he was reaching for a gun the whole time.
Yeah.
And thus driving the coffee even further.
So yeah, exactly. That's how they could have like.
That's it.
Because again, that whole like the FBI agent should have shown his badge, but they could have had an out. It's just the writer didn't think of that.
Excuse me.
So what are we doing up here now? Oh, now I see what you're saying. Okay, we have to take out all the frills on these cable
Also, whenever I
towers.
see gondolas, all I can think of is Resident Evil 4 now, and one of my least favorite segments of that game.
I think about it.
Yeah.
I wanna, because I noticed that, like, Matt and Logan went on, like, a pretty lengthy, and I'm not saying it to, like, belittle them, I think it's kind of fascinating in its own right. I know that they went on, like, a rather lengthy discussion regarding TinTin and whatnot. Am I a horrible person if I say I've never seen any TinTin anythings?
No, because I've never seen it either.
Trust me, it's much more of a European series.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, definitely.
It's literally around the same caliber as Asterix.
Yeah, exactly.
Except at least with Asterix, TinTin was made, if I'm correct, like officially in English, so it was always translated.
Yeah,
whereas
so-
Asterix, it's always been French.
Here's
So it's been trickier for people to handle.
Here's the
or
thing.
Get
It's,
a hold of it here, at
it's
least.
basically how I am much more of I have never seen anything Asterix except for what these guys showed me.
Like the movies.
And I am much more of a Tintin person. You guys are the opposite, so it's pretty much the exact same way for me.
Oh no,
Well,
I had.
Go ahead. We don't know for certain. James never brought up his opinions on TinTin.
I just said I
we
never
did
saw
good.
any of them. I mean,
never
if
mind.
I was ever... Thank you. Woohoo! But yeah, I was about to say, like, I've never seen anything proper Tintin, but I mean, I've always had some mild curiosity for it. And I mean, say if we ever decided to watch one of the movies for a movie night, I'd be down.
Yeah, I feel like we should just.
Oh yeah, we
watch
should
it.
add that to the list.
Yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
By the way, if you guys want to get really drunk, take a shot every time they say "Ripper" in this game.
Oh no, you're gonna be you're gonna literally be wasted by the time you finish a playthrough of this
Hey,
game, because that's most if not all Dai's dialogue. Just
Right.
saying, "You Ripper," or "You little beauty," or "Gross
You
ass."
got to. So real quick though, let's check out how are we doing on
We
completion
get
with
it!
this level.
Hold on, really quick. We get it. You're from Australia.
Oh jeez, Wombat
And
remix.
still,
Oh jeez.
we're halfway done with this level.
We're almost done. Just 2 more eggs and we can call it.
Okay.
But yeah, unfortunately, that means we're gonna have to ride the cable cars all the way back up there. So
yay.
we'll cut here.
Okay.
Boy Genius and his dog help and
Oh, that feels so good.
Boy Genius.
What did I say, Ty?
Boy.
Do it.
Anyway, Boy Detective Genius and his dog solve cases with the help of 2 bumbling twin detectives that somehow aren't related to each other. And also a very, very inept yet and also incredibly drunk sailor.
It's basically it's like, yeah. I mean, the whole thing is set up like a detective story thing, and there's a lot of there's a lot of parallels that I could say drive influence from it. Things like Conan, the anime. You got Encyclopedia Brown potentially.
Oh yeah, I love
Young
that.
Sherlock Holmes. But yeah, it's very much a Sherlock Holmes kind of situation. Very grounded, not a lot of like mysticism and stuff. But a lot of fun slapstick in it. It's a very, you would describe it as a children's story, wouldn't you? Like a
Oh,
children's comic?
definitely. In fact, one thing is that despite the fact that there are fight scenes and even death scenes.
Oh, don't hit. We want to go past.
But
course.
there
Ah.
are fight scenes and also death scenes.
Do I even dare?
Well, anyway,
Get ready to do some gliding.
oh,
Well, I lived a good life.
Whoa.
just really quick, there are fight scenes and death scenes in it. But another thing about it is the fact that, no joke, the creator and artist knew that it would be too much for kids, so they literally gave every single dead person the goofiest, silliest face ever.
Like exit. It's X.
More
It's like this
tongues-
weird like.
tongues
Oh no,
out.
I've seen. Yeah, I have seen that. It has like weird like blushy like lines across the face and like eyes doodled around and like.
Yeah.
It's
Right,
weird.
they even though they're dead, technically they don't look it. They just
Yeah.
look like they
They-
got conked out really badly.
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody dies in
Ah.
this story. They just get really big boo-boos.
Pretty much. And yeah,
All right.
we have to look at some
here
of
we
those
go.
later.
Yeah.
All right. Would you say what would you say would be like if anyone did want to go into TinTin? Like, would you say there's like a particular like story or adaptation that would be like a good like starting point?
Honestly, the Tintin movie.
Yeah, the Tintin movies.
I would-
Yeah, the Tintin movie works as a pretty solid origin story
I
for at
would-
least how all the characters come to meet.
Not really.
At least for the captain.
Yeah, to be fair, that's an adaptation of one of the books. I forgot exactly which book.
But I could tell you like, it's really odd. It's almost like it's almost like Asterix, where it's like most of the time the comics will usually like reintroduce the same lore and you already kind of work with it. It's
Like most, if not all, the stories are self-contained.
right.
So
It's
they're
like
mostly standalone.
Yeah, it's like Astro Boy or something like that. Like most of the stories are all self-contained in and of themselves. There's no grand continuity. It's just an arc, and when the arc is finished, then you move on. I could probably let me real quick. I'm gonna see if I can look up the same. This is not gonna go in the video, by the way. We're just still going about. I'm gonna see for a hype if he's ever curious. I'm gonna see if I can find like the same compilation. But how'd
Actually,
you
that
get
being
here?
said, yeah, didn't we just see you on the other side of the cable cars, mate?
Took the
Don't
elevator.
ask questions you aren't prepared to know the answers to, bugger.
Those rotten thrills are lighting fires all over the
God, this game is so
Thanks,
Australian.
Thrills.
That's what it is.
Well, it's also hey, it was made by Australians, so they have the right.
I like how,
Yeah.
like, I bet people nowadays would just go like, this game is so racist towards Australians. I mean, who would
They were
allow
made-
that? Who would allow this? This is obviously done by a Western view. And it's like, no, it's done by an Australian company. Literally,
They are having
making-
fun. Oh yeah.
making fun of their own culture.
Oh no. Oh yeah. No, we talked about that. Like I think the first part was like it's pretty much exactly like what happened with Canada with Bear Hugger.
Are there like a lot of like Like, I know whenever people think of, like, racism, they usually think of, like, whether it be, like, the French or whatnot. Is there, like, a flag for Australian racism?
I mean, apart from
Literally,
Space Australia.
go back to the intro I just did, and there's that.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Well, I am in
wrong?
trying to. Well, I can say that in trying to find the TinTin collection that I wanted to try and show hype, I have now inadvertently purchased the entire TinTin complete series in hardcover. Because
Oops.
I actually don't quite know how I got this far, so I'm going to continue back to what I was originally supposed to do.
You know what? I imagine it's an instance where it's like, he's looking, it's on sale, why not?
Keep this
I
in the
mean, that's
video,
from
by
the-
the way. At least this.
No,
one.
it's a mission.
Because we're in the middle of a mission.
So yeah, I
So
found.
how are
So
you,
yeah,
Jordan?
I found here on
I'm
hardcover Adventures of Tintin, the compact editions.
How much was it?
100.
What?
It was on
how many
sale.
stories are in that collection?
Let me double check. These highly collectible editions of the original 24 adventures, 24 stories with over 1,500 pages.
That's about as thick as the one-volume edition of Bone.
Or Dragon,
God.
or those omnibuses for such manga like Dragon Ball or Astro Boy.
One
Like,
thing
those things are as thick as Bibles.
One thing I will say right now is I really hope the pages are big, because one thing I know with Tintin is that they usually have pages that have very small panels, or like, because they try to put a lot into each page. But so I will say right now, being a fan of Tintin and knowing about it, I think the movie was a pretty solid. Like the art style and how they did was really cool.
Oh, yeah.
I like that it wasn't quite photorealistic. It was like still stylized.
You.
I will say my only
Aw.
my only problem with the movie, and I even agree with Dom on this, the action scenes were really over the top. And Tintin.
Well, it's not.
never
Yeah, well, that's
had
not. Right. It was always more about the mind games and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we've only got one more mission left to do, but that we can literally warp right to the beginning for. So.
Oh right. Well, hey, James, back. There's the mushrooms.
Wait, are they? Oh, there they are. Okay,
Just
never
use
mind.
these
Don't
mushrooms.
cut. Don't
we
cut.
We can just do
Like,
this.
like, cut! Don't cut!
Oh, it's a race.
Let's you and me race.
Hey, Ed.
Bruh.
Thunder egg, you can't beat.
But yeah, Thunder Egg.
Sure thing, and they just
Whoa.
take out the frosty rank. Can we freeze them?
Let me check that.
I'm actually
So
just
he
really
gets in the way.
curious.
I don't think you should risk it, personally.
Yeah, I'm not gonna risk
Yeah.
it, but hey, oh wait.
No.
No,
No,
they
you
don't.
can't do it.
No, they don't. Nah, it goes right through them. Ah, well,
I mean,
okay.
I figured not.
Fine. Okay, now we actually have to be like legit.
Yeah, now we actually have to. Hey, you're cheating! I don't even have a board.
I'll beat you on my feet, you maggot.
Pretty much.
Maggot.
That's what happens when you have. That's
Yeah, fast.
Do they use maggots? Use the term maggot in
I
Australia?
don't know. I just wanted to say something.
Maggot.
I think you missed one. Oh no, you didn't miss one. Never mind.
Wait a minute.
I am a
Wait a minute.
beautiful
We're
unicorn.
literally on ice right now.
Congratulations. Yes. Oh yeah, careful ice physics
But
and
this
speed
shouldn't
up.
be
And...
working, yet it is.
I think I'm literally in his way.
That's
why he's
the
fidgeting.
I said you're in my way, sir.
Stay his way.
Yeah, keep at it. But also I will say, oh nice. I'll also will say, honestly, I'm more confused, Matt, about the fact that he basically has Sonic 06 logic of a self-propelling snowboard
Yeah.
with a motor
yeah.
attached.
By the way, really quick, another movie to add to the list if we haven't, Scott Pilgrim.
I'm
I think we
surprised
have
it was
that.
on the list already.
Yeah.
I think we have that added already. Oh, almost.
By the way, you should.
Whee!
By the way, speaking of comics, oh god,
I did it! He just comes. I'm sorry, James. It cuts immediately away from that. He comes back with a bandaged up mouth.
Yeah. He looks rather agitated about losing that little guy.
That's
But,
the first time I've actually seen his eyes, to be honest.
Yeah.
solid job. We did it.
Yep, we've done it. We've more or less done everything aside from the usual collecting all the opals and saving all the bilbies. But I'm sure the Sunny Jim and Granny Britches will be fine and gnaw themselves out of those cages.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So yeah, I mean honestly, I'm surprised we actually got as much mileage out of that stage as we did. But that's pretty much it for the Snow Mountain for good. Next part, we either have a choice between the shipwrecks part 2. Or we could literally light our pants on fire. Like a liar.
fire to destroy all you got.
Till next time, everybody.
Bye.
I'll bring the marshmallows.
Ty! The mountain is on fire!
No, Granny, it's just the Northern Lights.